fellow Canadians, future Canadians, and the Canadians I don't like. Today I stand before you, not as the past, but the future. I am the greatest good this country has ever seen. The goodest, even. Wow, they'll say, look at that guy go. The children, they point at me on the street. They laugh, but they're not laughing at me. They're laughing with me because the children are the future. They can recognize that I'm also the country's future. Yeah. Tricky Trudeau, what a guy. Dragged this all right enough country through the dirt. Mark Carney, his mother must hate him. Who calls their kid Mark in this economy? And who in their right minds would sleep with a carny? It's in the name. Carnival workers. Tricky people. Tricky people. Never trust a carnival worker. And don't trust Carney with your business. You want to live in a country where someone whose mother doesn't love them is calling the shots? I didn't think so. Join the Gold Party today. When I run in the next electoral season, I will become your 25th Prime Minister. I will dissolve the cabinet, reinstill good old-fashioned monarchy like the good old days, and become your king. A vote for me is a vote for King Midas. Alright, now I'll be getting questions from the crowd. Reporters, I'm right here. I'm an open book. Ask me anything you want. I believe that every baby has a right to own a knife. Every baby should be given a knife, and they should be allowed to fight for survival. That is my point of view on the subject at hand. All babies under my reign will be given knives in the second trimester. I don't like drugs. Drugs make people very boring. It doesn't matter how exciting the experience is. You are a boring person if you fall on the sword of drugs. When I become Prime Minister, I will make drugs exciting again. Every opiate addict will get a funny propeller hat. You can pick it up at the office. What platform do I stand for? Are you blind? Are you blind and stupid? Is this just what it means to be a woman? It's always the women asking the stupid questions, isn't it? Very clearly, I am standing on a wooden platform. Guards, can you escort this dumb ditzo out of my pep rally? Thank you, thank you. Alright, no more questions. I have a debut I need to attend, and my throat hurts. I spent all night huffing Sharpies, and my throat is a little bit queasy, so I need to go prepare. Enjoy the ambient sound of John Madden. So, so, I'm here now. None of my widgets are working, despite my best attempts to make them work. Chat is... I thank you. Oh, now chat's working. There we go. Well, it's not great, but it's something. So many alerts, so many everything. It's lovely to be back, guys. My voice is kind of screwy right now. I was going to reschedule today, but I could not pass on making that election joke, especially with the kind of... My god, you guys are pinging so much. Is that even resonating? Oh, you guys can't hear it. I'm just gonna turn it down a little bit. Okay. Yeah, no, like, I had to keep to the schedule today, even though my voice is screwed, for the sake of the bit. Like, I couldn't not do it, right? And I thought, why not return to return to form by returning to the void. Welcome back to the void. Oh, it's been quite a few months. That's an understatement of the year. It's been quite a few months. You guys are so pingy. I'll catch up on supers and bit messages a little bit down the line. Just want to get things rolling. I have also had very bad internet problems, so there's like a 70% chance that randomly in the middle of one of my sentences, stream is just gonna die, and you're gonna have to just deal with it. You're gonna have to understand that's your reality. Yeah. Now that I'm sick, I can do this. I can make my voice go down a little bit. That's kind of fun. And I can do an impression. I can do an impression. I don't want to do that anymore, though. I'm done with that. Ah! But yeah.
After 15 minutes, we are legally allowed to leave.
After 15 minutes, you're legally allowed to leave. Since when? Since when? This is my broadcast. I get to choose the speed at which you...
And I can't stress this enough, my duders.
I cannot stress this enough, my duders. Yeah, let's...
Guess who is back? Back again. Midas is back, tell a friend.
Yes. Holy shit, Midas without the chin. I've got a chin right here. Look at that. Here, let's get a close-up look. So, as many of you have guessed...
Been too long. Brainwashing round 3 to get the dirt loose.
We're not doing a third round of Spy Swing, okay? That'll be for next Wednesday. Now, as many of you have guessed, Kamisago is my new model mama. While I had time to prep stream...
Why does this all seem so familiar? Don't I know you from somewhere? Who am I? What am I doing here?
I don't know. I smell a rat, that's for sure, though.
This broadcast is brought by 4Kids. Enjoyed the new dub.
I don't sound that bad. Okay,
Well.
Sound a little
Look,
bad.
came back from the casino.
I don't know what you mean. I've been training secret spy stuff for months.
Io, you're running for minister and you got sponsored by Prime.
Well, look, guys. Look. It's very important.
Happy to see you back, boss. And I'm glad that you finally managed to hit your puberty. It was long due.
I'm gonna be hearing these jokes all night, aren't I?
Did you buy us milk from the casino, Granny?
Why are you assuming that I went gambling? You guys thought I'd really do a donathon and then immediately gamble it all away?
Got recast.
Do I have to turn off TTS? I may have to turn off TTS because you guys... Oh my god!
Welcome home, my bit. Yes. Thanks to you, I've taken one step closer to the future. I'm so grateful, beyond words. Thank you so very much.
I've really got to turn off TTS right now. Oh my goodness gracious. Can I... Does that do it? Does that do it? Well, I hope that did it. I'll have to catch up a little bit later. But let me talk! Damn it! I haven't been here in months and you won't even let me get a word in! It's almost like you guys just want to talk to yourselves. Can I even show off the model? Huh? I've been very excited for this model for a while. I spoke about it during the Donathon back then, but I've been on the wait list for quite a while. So when it was finally, all coming together, it was very exciting for me. I teased it on Discord, and I got my favorite rigger. Yeah, let me show you. There's a few slight changes. It's not really practical to do the, whoa, look at the top down, because I've shown this model off quite a bit already. But we'll speed run it, okay? Because there is some changes. We got some new buckles on the boots. We got a new texture of socks. Our skirt length, my skirt length has shortened, but the shorts are longer. The jacket is all properly buttoned up now, and it's a little longer. Pockets are streamlined. Very classy. My bust size has increased yet again. Every single time I want my bust to be flat. The universe plays a cruel joke on me and I run out of time to get things fixed. Can take my jacket off. There we go. As well, we're so back, guys. We're wearable, finally. Now, I know some people were concerned that I would be permanently using this and then never using my 3D again. That is not the case. That is not the case at all. I will plan to use the 3D, but this is just going into rotation now. And it's a lot kinder on my PC, so this will be, like, the new front-facing one, but, I mean, none of my previous models are retired except for the very first V-Roid. So, yeah. If that's what your concern was, you can feel at ease. My god, you guys are... I'm seeing so many super I will read them. You guys are sending them at light speed. How am I supposed to... That's okay. Let's see if I can force my voice up. Usually I have to, like... I'm so sorry. Usually I have to kind of like... But now I'm like trying to... It's very something. Now we have sultry Midas. What happened? I got really sick. I got really sick last night. Like, genuinely. I'm just minding my own business. You know, getting the special stuff for today ready. By the way, there is some special stuff. Even though there's no fancy overlays or whatnot, I was never one for fancy overlays. I'm gonna be so honest. I love the background and overlays that Kota made me. So when I have overlays, I use those. But I feel like the best version of me is in the void. It's me. It's you. It's this microphone. It's me saying stuff that gets me in trouble on Twitter. But yes. YouTube, you're my favorite child still. I miss you an awful lot. But you know, I have grown a bit of a fondness for my bastard child Twitch. Twitch side viewers, I could have started stream without you because my restream just wasn't connecting, but a little piece in my heart told me that maybe I should, you know, stop being such an absent father. I should give you a little bit of attention. Just a smidgen. Just a crumb. That makes up for, like, you know, being somebody that's abandoned you, right? That's how this works? Yes. But yeah. Oh, I've got stories. I've got stories from the time I was gone. I've got stories about... I will be bringing my mother onto stream. Not today. I am building her a VTuber model. Probably one-time use. But she's very excited to meet all of you. I offhandedly asked her if she wanted to be included. And she was like, yeah, of course. And I asked her, hey, so if you were to be, like, have a character design, what would it be? I assumed she'd give me something vague. I'd assumed she had no ideas. So I was fully prepared to do all the work myself. But no, she had plans. It was like she was waiting for me to ask. She's just like, I want to be green. I want to be a detective. And then we need this, gotta do that. It had, like, I've got the specifics, like the hair color, a bust size. It's just like... Now I know where I get my pickiness from. Yeah. But yeah, the couple of months I was gone, many of you know, well, most of you should know, because I was very open about it, I got hired by a VTubing agency. Everything I say about this, I have been allowed to talk about. I didn't have to put Midas on hiatus, but I chose to so that I could focus exclusively for a short period of time on the other stuff so that I could really get a foothold, you know, so that I could really dig my heels into what I was doing. But I was always going to come back, and I was always going to keep making stuff here, because Midas is... Well, it's very important to me. It is my home. I have built something very special with you guys. And the stuff I do at my job is 100% character work. It's very fun. It's a dream come true. It's everything that I really hoped it would be. But at the end of the day, that is a character that I play. And there is very specific things that I have to do and follow. Midas, while I don't have the same kind of structure around it, it allows me to be a bit more organic and free-flowing with my storytelling. So it's like, good trade-offs. I feel like I get the best of both worlds here. Yeah. I actually got clearance to tell you guys about the first time I met my coworkers, so I'll do that in a little bit. But yeah. Then you say want to be flat-chested and have the pockets give the profile of tits. I did, and nobody listens to me. Nobody listens to. They just go, wow, that sounds like a neat concept. We're not gonna follow it, but that's a neat concept. And then every single time, look at these. What am I supposed to do with these? I get that they jokingly said, hey, canonically, every boob size is canon for Midas because there's a bike pump in there, so you can stick a tube in there and inflate it as you will. But I didn't expect people to just exclusively make my chest the size of the moon. What is that? What is that? Speaking of, we've got merch. Midas, it's so tacky. You've been back 5 minutes. I'll have you know, I have been working on some of these things for months. And some of them I have not been working on them for months, but I have been twisting people's arm to get it here on time. I've been working with some of my favorite artists to put together some fun stuff, some time-limited stuff. So I'm just gonna pull that up real quick. Before I do that, I need to quickly Right, it's been 5 minutes and I've already lost all my files. Can I get a lobotomy, please? Free lobotomy in the chat. Okay, actually wait, okay, let's start with this one. So, I've been working with Joe. I've been working with multiple artists. And we've got an acrylic standee via the Capitalist Guild that is going to be released soon, as well as some posters. The one on the left is Joe's. There will be proper artist credit on the webpage itself. They will be pinned in the various chats. But there's going to be posters. There's an acrylic standee. Come on. And via collaboration with the Capitalist Guild, I'm going to be doing a time-limited pre-order figure. Yeah! You have the option between getting it painted or getting it unpainted. Personally, I'm going to see how quickly I can get an unpainted one sent over here so that I can do painting on stream, like a hand cam painting. But this is one of those flagship projects that I've always really wanted to do, and I'm so excited that I get to do it. So yeah, check out the Capitalist Guild. They will be pinned in the retrospective chats, and if you cannot find the links, you can find it on Twitter, and I will make a YouTube community post afterwards linking to them. And Joe also did one more work for me. He did a very special sticker. That one will be a Fourth Wall exclusive. I didn't save it. Hold on. What are you talking about? I save everything. Blah, 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 blah. I'm very good at what I do. What are you talking about? Okay, so this is the current progress on it. It's pretty close to being done. But this one will be a Fourth Wall exclusive. And it's an Uma Musume Midas sticker. Not to be confused with another certain black and yellow themed Uma Musume. But this is King Midas, the horse. If you've ever wanted a chibi Midas horse girl sticker, this will exist very soon. I will put proper announcements out when it drops, when it goes live, so that you can grab it. Joe is the best. I love working with Joe. My favorite artist. I love anime style stuff, but a lot of really strong hybrid styles get slept on, and I'm so sick of it, and it's always such a privilege to be able to have Joe
willing to step up and do art, like, with me. Like, it's wonderful. Anyway, I've got one more piece of art to show right now. This was a gift from Flork. I love it. Apparently this is some sort of, like, tattoo. It's supposed to go on, like, your lower abdomen. I'm not sure what that, particularly means, but I'll take it. Yeah. Oh, man. It's kind of crazy because I was prepping for stream all day, but before I prepped for stream, I had a driving lesson earlier this morning at 8:30 in the morning, and I was already starting to sound like I was really sitting in this register the whole time, and this is a new driving instructor. Like, I've got my L now. You guys followed me on that journey, but I am working for my N-class license right now, and so I was sitting in the car with this guy, and he's very polite, but I sound so scary for being such a small, feminine creature. Like, I'm sure he was thoroughly intimidated, and he ended things early because he was scared of me. We got Midas womb tattoo design for GTA 6. Okay, GTA... It's funny you mentioned that, because he was talking about GTA. He said he only ever had one student in the history of teaching them that crashed a vehicle. And it was while taking a turn in an empty parking lot. They smashed directly into a ditch and they bent the front of his vehicle. The kid apologized profusely and begged him not to, like, call a tow truck or police or whatever, and that he would just press the reset button. Driving instructor had no idea what he meant by that. Apparently, that was a reference to GTA. And he was scrambling, looking all around the car like he was asking the instructor where the reset button is. And then he started mouthing off at the instructor, saying that he had a cheap-ass car because it didn't have a reset button. So the driving instructor walked the kid back to his house, explained things to his mother, and the mother beat the snot out of him right in front of the driving instructor. Kid still doesn't have his license, and he's, like, almost 30 now. Yeah, so that was fun. Oh, right, I'm debuting. So there are some small changes. Oh my god. This cold is gonna be the death of me. Okay. So some small design change details. Only very small. So, pockets now are zipper. They're not button. The jacket button's all the way down, and it's a bit longer. Skirt is shorter. Tights are clear. Boot decals are different. Just different, slightly, they're triangles. And we're looking a little bit more orange. Whenever I look at any Midas design, Midas model, or whatnot, I'm reminded of a very dear friend of mine in the scene. Now, before I went on hiatus, she had her graduation. I miss her every day. Ayumi Ane-san. Now, it wasn't intentional, but inevitably, eventually, it actually became intentional, where the stripes on my design, especially on my boot, were actually meant to twin hers, because she has stripes on her other boot in white. So, I look at Midas, and I think of one of my best friends in the whole world. Midas isn't my best friend. Ayumi. Ayumi is one of my best friends in the whole wide world. I'll miss her. I miss her. It's good to properly engage with the people that you know and care about as often as you can, even if sometimes it's not convenient, because people don't stick around forever. People have lives, people have celebrations, people have tragedies, and sometimes people just don't stay. And that's entirely okay. That is the nature of our existence. It's transience. It's moving back and forth between different states of being. Like, one day I'm Midas, another day I've got a new job where I'm doing character work somewhere very far away. So never take your Oshis for granted. Never take your friends for granted. If you've got family that you sometimes speak to once in a while, that you don't hate, but you necessarily don't like talking to, try and reach out to them this holiday season. Because more often than not, the most annoying people you like are often one of the more lonely kinds of people out there. Because trust me, nobody likes to talk to an annoying person. But an annoying person, it'll make their day if you talk to them. Sometimes you learn to find them less annoying. I have to learn that lesson every so often. Midas, why you sick? Didn't you watch the intro? I was prepping for my gold party rally, and I was huffing Sharpies to get in the mood. I'm pretty sure I caught it from my mother. I'm gonna be entirely honest. I love that woman. How dare she do this to me? On the day of my daughter's wedding? I'm not the one who calls, I'm the one who annoys. Well, reflect on yourself. What exactly do you think makes it annoying? Because it's one thing to say, people find me annoying. It's another thing to go, well, why do people find me annoying? Because when you do that level of reflection, you can actually take steps to work against, your natural instinct. Train new ones. It's not going to be easy, and it's not going to be perfect. But it doesn't serve you to be self-deprecating. If anything, that realization is one of the greatest lessons you can learn. And very often people learn it in high school or as kids, and they grow into a new way of life. But sometimes you just don't have those opportunities as a kid. You don't have the kind of socialization that is needed to develop those skills. Or maybe you do, but you are just a type of person that doesn't develop so easily. So don't beat yourself up over, being considered annoying if you think that you are the annoying person. Take it on the cuff of your sleeve. Because there's always another day. Alright. Let's catch up on Supas. Because I muted all of you. I quite literally shoved a sock in your mouth because y'all kept spamming me while I wanted to say my hellos. Umi, proud of you. Love you always, you crazy creature. Happy unhiatus. Ah! That pink sea creature. That pink sea creature. I met her very recently. She is a rock in a stormy sea. She is a boulder. She is a lighthouse. She is very sturdy. She's not afraid to say something mean if it needs to happen, because then good things end up happening because the truth has been told. And I have the absolute utmost respect for Umi Kyoku. Unfortunately, she's a woman. Can't all be winners, though, right? Merry Midas, miss. Yeah, Justin. Happy rebirth. Carrot! Thank you, Carrot! Oh my gosh, there is a lot to go through. I don't know if I will do my best to speed through this. But also, Carrot. Carrot is a fascinating creature. Met her recently as well. Initially, I got, shy, nervous vibes from her. To this day, she still kind of gives shy, nervous vibes. But she is just as opinionated and sturdy as any other person I know. She's just smarter about it. She's smarter about it. Yeah, that's the best way to put Carrot. After 15 minutes, we're legally allowed to leave. I hope somebody strapped him into a chair. I hope somebody's zapping him with, a cattle prod right now. Zodi Zajon, I hope you are being zapped. I hope that your nuts fall off. I hope that you're in excruciating pain. How dare you be funnier than me on my comeback stream? Don't you know? Don't you know that the world revolves around me? This is why I'm running for Prime Minister of Canada. So that I can usurp everything else. So I can destroy the system that came before it. Anyway. What is up? And I cannot stress this enough. My duders. Yes, hello Ratchet. It's lovely to see you too. Alright, brainwash, seen that. Why does this all seem so familiar? Don't I know you from somewhere? Where am I? What am I doing here? Robert, I don't know what you're talking about. The accident was 10 years ago. Wake up. Your family misses you. Well. Okay, we did that one. This is fucking gold. I'm not doing any such thing to gold. I'll have you know. That's painful. That's impractical. That's a waste of a perfectly good bar of gold. But thank you, Nix. Zephy's, you're running for Prime Minister. You're running for Minister and you get sponsored by Prime. That was you? That was you who said that? The TTS didn't catch your name properly. Zephy, I've known you for so long. And you know, with every passing day, I put another pin in your voodoo doll. Happy to see you back, boss. Glad that you managed to hit your puberty. It was long due. Kill yourself, Undying. Did you buy milk from the casino? Again, no casino. Midas's voice got already cast. Oh, that was you, Trigger. Yeah. I'm twiggered. Holy shit, Midas has the chin. Need your voice injected into my veins. You know, I've just had about enough of all of you. If this is the one night my internet actually works the whole time, I'm gonna lose my shit. Can you say kept you waiting, huh? Is Snake and Snake? Oh, the disrespect! Of course, I'll try. Oh, excuse me. Kept you waiting, huh? Kept you waiting, huh? Kept you waiting, huh? Actually, I think my voice is getting a little better the more I talk. So you sporting a new fang. Yeah! The Kama signature, look at that. Being a Kama sibling is interesting, because you have like 40 siblings. Biggest family I've accidentally ended up a part of. When I got on the wait list, there wasn't nearly as many, trust me. That said, I wouldn't give it up for the world, because this style, it feels so right for Midas, if that makes sense. I mean, look at the ribbon-like hair. Ah. This Midas can smoke so many Newports. Glad to have you back, you crazy maple woman. Hit me up if you need more math reports on baby kicking. Need to practice my calculus. Long live the Syndicate! Oh, I'm so excited to do more things with the Syndicate again. I'm actually surprised it's still up and running entirely. Because here's the thing about the Syndicate project. For those of you who are new, because there are some new people here, the Syndicate project was something that I started running around this time last year, where I put out an audition. I financed a whole model setup and a brand setup for 2 other individuals, and I got myself a matching model, and we formed a 3-person unit called the Syndicate. And the appeal behind it was that it was time limited, and when I announced my hiatus, it would end. And the others could go back to doing what they wanted to do. But after I announced my hiatus, both of them were like, actually, I like it here. This is nice. We're going to keep doing this. And we also added LMG on, so now we've got a 4th. Yes. So it's my little improvised indie VTuber group. They're all very promiscuous. I don't know if I can handle them some days. It's tough being the only straight man in the group. A live internet theory. Thank you, great Nashanka. Here's my tree-looking logo. Money from India is welcome back. Thank you kindly. Tree-looking money. I don't know, I think there's something charming about symbols that look very alphabetical. Visual. What is a reaction GIF but reinvented hieroglyphics? Truly. I'll have whole conversations with somebody in GIFs these days. And some people say, oh, you use GIFs, that makes you a millennial. And others go, of course I use GIFs, I'm Gen Z. Do you guys feel that using GIFs is dated? I think it's only dated if you're using, like, real-life people as reaction images. But using anime characters as GIFs, I feel like is still, like, evergreen territory. You don't sound fertile enough to be the real man. Stop. Fuck you! Fuck you. I'm plenty fertile. I just don't use it. I am powerful due to my lack of sex, okay? I'll have you know. I am as fertile as I need to be. I could have so many babies if I wanted to. I could have 20 babies right now. I could right now on stream just have 20 babies, but I refuse to because I have a country to take over, but also just why would I want to blatantly throw my fertility around? Huh? That seems like a very niche form of content that I'm not into. Kind of sound like my aunt now that she smokes a lot. Your aunt sounds cool as fuck. Boss, help, there's this crazy bitch that turns people into rats. You know what, Nick somebody? That sounds like an ish you, not an ish me. Alright? I don't want anything to do with your antics, okay? Might I say, working at my other job the last couple of months has been very eye-opening as to grind set in the VTuber culture. I was grinding Midas pretty consistently beforehand. When I joined that side of things, the other side, I expected it to be busy, and it was as busy as I expected, but I didn't realize what kind of physical toll it takes on a person. Like, you genuinely don't know until you are there. You don't understand, like, how social dynamics change, how hard it is to keep in contact with people. Like, it is... You definitely reap benefits of going corporate, absolutely, when you're a VTuber, but nothing anybody can say is ever going to be able to prepare you for how drastically your lifestyle has to change to fit, well, basically, the new content arrangements. On Midas, I do one broadcast a week, and I upload videos here and there in batches. And I can do that pretty consistently and with some form of quality, consistent, you know. But, you know, on the other side of things, it's no longer, like, so small. Now you've got specifics that you have to fulfill, which is, you know, reasonable. But when you go from your own boss to having other people in control of your destiny, it's a bit of a whirlwind. Rind. Laurel. Yanny. Laurel. Rind. I still wouldn't give it up for the world, though. I have learned many valuable lessons. Ones that, like, long after my VTubing career ends, I'm gonna take with me in my life. About how to deal with people, how to approach a business in general, online or offline. And I think the most interesting thing about all these lessons I learned is that I could have learned them outside of corporate. I could have learned them offline, non-VTubing. But it took going corporate to learn these lessons. If there's hope for me out there, there is hope for every single one of you in here. When everybody here started following me in my journey, I was at one of my most miserable points emotionally in my life. I was fat. Well, fatter. I had the most horrible skin condition. I was very lonely. I was very directionless in my life. I had, like, lost so many different job opportunities and nobody was hiring. I felt very stuck. And that reflected, you know, in my content. And a lot of people really resonated with that because they were also feeling the same way. Because everybody was kind of miserable in my age bracket. I'm in a different place in my life now, but those feelings and emotions will always inform the kind of person that I'm going to become. The memory of those days and knowing how visceral and destructive it is to be in that position. Can I say something very silly? I'm gonna say something very silly. Now, Midas specifically, as a vent channel, was created after I failed one specific audition. And it's very ironic because now I'm very, well, I wouldn't say close, but very cordial and casual and wonderful with these people. But I failed the Sox agency audition, and that caused such an emotional, physical crash out for me that was why I made Midas. Because I blew up a microwave before the audition started, and I was crying on like during the live interview. I totally tanked it, right? It was very embarrassing. But Floric and his community has shown me such grace as Midas and in my other activities. When you fail, it's important to realize that that doesn't mean that the party's over. And you're not forbidden from trying again or being cordial with those that, you know, you lost against. And I've had to learn that too, you know. I've had to learn that the end isn't the end. The end is just a second starting line. So, I'll go into the story that I'm allowed to tell. I'll tell you the night I met my compatriots. My compatriots. Now, you know, processing was going on, it happened, and no content, nothing was started yet. This was just our very first, okay, you are all being added to this server for your very first hello. We're gonna start working after a certain period of time, but this is just so that you can, you know, get introductions over with. It was on Christmas Eve, and everyone was kind of nervous, you know. They were saying their polite, you know, hello. They were introducing themselves to the team. They were talking to each other. I was in the middle of Ukrainian Christmas caroling. It wasn't Christmas Eve. It was a Christmas Day Eve. No, it was the Christmas Day in the evening. I don't know. I was caroling, and that's when I got added to the group chat. And I was drunk off my ass. Like, I was really drunk. I was disgustingly drunk. I was the kind of drunk where back when Twitter had voice notes, I would post voice notes of me saying like unhinged stuff. I was that level of drunk. So meeting my coworkers for the first time, they're like, oh, it's so nice to finally meet you. I'm so happy to be working on this together with everyone. This is going to be so good. I burst in like the drunk uncle at who was uninvited to the Christmas party, you know, boom bam, hi everybody. I'm leaving like voice notes in the Discord. I'm leaving spam messages. I'm loud. I'm obnoxious. And that was everybody's very first exposure to me in a professional setting. They took it with grace. They took it with grace. I would like to say I think I made things less uncomfortable. I broke the ice. But man, I've been wanting to tell that story for a while, but there's just some stories that you can't tell to a certain point. But yeah. I get to do extreme character work. I get to world build. It's a very much so do what I always dreamed VTubing was going to be. At the very beginning, VTubing for me was a lot different to me emotionally, you know? My very first attempt at VTubing, I was a green elevator ghost. I had like this whole backstory. I had assets I made myself. I was in a golden elevator. It's always yellow with me. That I was a singer and I crashed in the elevator Tower Terror style. My ghost lingered. And to summon me, you'd like seance me. Right? You play the elevator game, and one day a kid dropped his phone in the elevator and I used it to buy computer equipment, and that was my whole thing. And I used to love LARPing as that. I always saw myself like in a Hollow or in Niji, or I just saw myself being a character, you know? Because being an anime character as somebody who's like a massive weeb is the dream. But the longer I went on, the more I realized the indie space really, it kind of punished that to a degree. It punished hard kayfabe, and I fell out of love with it. But I also fell into the trap of being half kayfabe and half not, and so people didn't know really what they would expect from me or what they wanted from me. So, eventually I evolved my approaches over the years. Some successful things, some failed, but it took Midas. It took me for crashing out real hard and dropping all kayfabe to finally, find what I was good at, which was talking. I tried the gaming, I tried the art, but I always avoided talking because I was very scared of upsetting people. My whole life has kind of been dictated by upsetting people. And online, it was the same way. But Midas, again, because initially it was pseudo-anonymous, it was like, well, I can upset any and everybody, I don't care because this is not wrapping back around to me. Well, look who's laughing now. Now it's all wrapping back around to me. But you know what? I've learned not to care, and I've learned to actually enjoy it. I've learned to be a different person. But, again, it's time, Time and experience changes people. Here, let's go through some more supers. When will be Dixie Files released, Mr. President? I'll have you know that I am going to be the King of Canada, but first I need to be Prime Minister. So, for now, address me as Prime Minister until I overturn the law. So, when will the Dixie Files be released? I'm not entirely sure, but I'm going to see if I can work with America to get those Epstein files. IKRG, welcome on in. It's wonderful seeing your name and profile picture. Thank you for sticking around all this time. Women shouldn't speak, didn't you know? Well, good thing I'm not speaking and I'm just mouthing off. Heaven forbid I speak. No wonder you're sick. Put more clothes on. Shut up. Welcome back. Thank you, Kurosagi, for the 2000 huff. I'm starting to hit my limit. Guys, in chat, put 1 if you think the sickness is gonna get me to end stream first, or if the internet's gonna be it. 2 for internet, 1 for sickness. You got fired when we last saw you. You actually got your job back? Damn it. Got a break and your job back. Lucky. Yeah, no, the Blue Agency took me back on. Good old Midas. Nice chest you got, Goldie. Glad you're back. Well, my back isn't glad I've got this chest. Endless problems. You're as deranged as the day I lost you. I can and I will get worse. Mr. Krabs, more. Also, I see those comments about my mother. You haven't even seen her yet. You haven't even heard her yet. You sicken me. You basically gave people a blank check for your cup size and you're surprised that people went big instead of going home. I'll have you know that flat is justice. I will have you know that medium is premium. Look, people rag on it all the time, but I think flat is actually the peak. Flat is... flat-chested women are aerodynamic, they are better athletes, and they fit in every piece of clothing. The larger the bust size, the harder it is to do any of those things. You have to get custom tailored outfits, or you just have to find outfits for people that are of a different weight, size, height class than you, and then everything just doesn't fit right. Like, you just can't win. And if you wear something tight with a big chest, it doesn't matter if it's full coverage, people immediately assume it's sexy. Like, look at me. Look at me. I'm wearing full coverage, but because this is very form-fitting, it feels sexier, right? One of the many miseries. Anyway, flat is best. How cold when hot? Sometimes orange. Glad to see Yellow Woman again. I don't know about the nasally voice bit. I'm sure it's a commentary on VTuber voices or something. Maybe workshop that a bit more. Love the new model though. Brave! I'm not smart enough to do social commentary. What are you talking about? Looking sharp, boss. Hey! Celerity! For those who don't know, Celerity was one of the vocalists in my Christmas caroling bonanza. A very sweet individual. Oh my god, am I caught up on the supers? No, I'm not caught up on the supers. Damn it, it just refreshed. Alright, well, I'm gonna pause reading supers for a bit. Just go back to regular chat. Restream chat is going crazy. Midas versus super chats. Right! I like reading my live chat. I sadly couldn't raid Twitch through YouTube, but congrats on the debut. Barrel! Welcome on in, Barrel! Wonderful toy VTuber. Cushioning is more important than cup side. I beg to differ. You can still have a soft chest while being mostly flat. Syndicate collab when? Soon. Soon. We're planning on something. You stop it, Kusagi. Can a big-chested lady go to the big and tall store? Yeah, well, there needs to be, like, certain tailoring done, regardless. Big and tall typically just ends up mostly catering to people that are just big, tall, and wide. Also, which chat is she reading from? I'm reading from both. Am I stupid? Demon Lord? Of course you're stupid. You're watching a Midas broadcast. Also, Yu, thank you for the raid. I know that there has been a few various people coming in from different places. I'm trying to catch up. I regularly listen to your cover of My Ordinary Life. Please don't stick a knife in your don't stick a knife in your throat. Well, I don't need to. I already sound like I do that. Completely missed Pixie simping. Yeah. No, My Ordinary Life is an interesting thing because it's one of those songs that actually, it's like Touch Tone Telephone. I covered it before, but it was like a 0 view video type beat. And so covering it again on Midas kind of gave it a new life. But I'm nothing if not thrifty. I like to recycle. And that's why you should vote for me for Prime Minister of Canada. I'll find you. And when I do, it doesn't matter who you are. If I find out you didn't vote for me, you're getting deported. I don't care your race, ethnicity, or age, if you're legal or not. If you didn't vote for me, I don't want you. So vote for me and you can stay. But boss, recycling is unfortunately very ineffective. Oh, it doesn't matter. I'm here because your cover of Everyone's Dying. That one was such a funny event to me. There was no reason for it to blow up as much as it did. Like, YouTube absolutely nuked it out of existence, and Twitter was trying to decide whether or not I was a guy with a voice changer. That was an interesting weekend. Vote for the Lemon Party. It's It's better than bingo. No, 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 no. We're the gold party. You know why? Because I operate under the gold standard. Codes and conducts, morality, economics. Are you even Canadian if you don't do exactly what I want you to do? Hold on, I'm trying to find the picture. I'm losing my picture. There we go. Vote Midas. I plan to do a stream every Wednesday, 8 p.m. PST, and we're going to be having some political debates. I'm going to be trying to bring on different people. We'll pick a topic and we'll go back and forth as well. I really... Where'd it go? I really liked platforming Joe before and having an artist talk. I want to do more of those. And as well, while I was gone... Oh. Wait, where'd I go? No. While I was gone, I collected a bunch of Oshi push cards. I got the Pippa starter deck. I'm gonna be doing more hand cams as well. Could have done them earlier, but I specifically saved them, and I saved all of my Gamer Subs playing cards. Because I got sent all of the boxes, even the Cinder box, and I wanted to save it for when I came back with you guys. I want to get more into mecha. I want to start looking at more mech shows, talking about mech, building mech. I have so much that I'm looking forward to with you guys. My nails are still short, though. They're short. One of them was bleeding this morning. It hurt. But yeah. For the most part, you will only see me in the evenings at this time of hour. Because this is the time of day that it works for me schedule-wise. Watch children commit war crimes inside a giant robot. Oh, absolutely. I am the party of children committing war crimes. I think all children, born or unborn, have the right to commit just as many crimes as an adult. Big questions. How's Crowbar doing? Crowbar's a fat bastard. He's been spoiled rotten since you guys last saw him. He was like a tiny little thing when you guys saw him last in videos and pictures. He's the big Chungus meme. Big gray rabbit bastard. Very cuddly, very cute. Probably clinically obese. We need to give him a diet. Oh, excuse me. He's a unit now. He's evolved from Crowbar to Battering Ram. Yeah. Who's Crowbar? Your mod? Oh no, that's my rabbit. How the fuck he eats veggies? He eats all sorts of things. He eats veggies. He eats like greenery. I consider greenery more like garden stuff, like grass and whatnot. He also eats like pellets, specially formulated. He likes apples. He loves apples. Yeah. Any stream that happens on Midas that's not on a Wednesday will either be a collaboration with someone else, or it will be a guerrilla stream, and you will not get announcements for those unless, like, it's like a planned collaboration for a while, right? I'll just randomly appear in people's places. Yes, you still can use code Midas on GamerSubs for 10% off. Yeah. Oh my god. You know what I'm excited to do? Postal 2 Redux. Should be coming out sometime next year. I'm excited to play that on stream. I don't know. I feel like I've kind of losing my ability to talk. I have a love-hate relationship with Postal games. You know what happened to Bobby? She's been MIA and I miss my mother. Bobby's been busy with IRL offline stuff, but she is finally starting to settle back in, so we should see more from her. Oh my god, my nose! My nose! What the... They're lying about the AI. No way running with systems would do that. I haven't been keeping up to tabs with the AI situation, but it seems that they've been accused of using AI for a spin-off game, not for the mainline title. Oh my god! Hold on. No, I can't breathe out of my nose. Hold on. Genuinely 2 minutes. 2 minutes, guys. Okay. I think that's okay. No, it's still plugged! What the hell? I can't breathe! Alright, for the last part, see if you could get mouth breather mice, okay? I think I'm gonna have to wind down. Okay, guys? I'm going to do my best to start uploading more videos. I'm gonna upload more videos. You're gonna see me once a week at this time, like clockwork. And I am going to try and have a New Year's Eve stream so that during one of the time zones, I'm thinking the JP time zone, I'm not sure yet, I can ring in the new year with the duders. That one will get an announcement. Okay? I'm gonna look for someone to raid on Twitch and on YouTube, I guess, because we can do that now. Wait, oh fuck, I got supers. Where did the name Duders come from? The community chose it in the Discord early on. I asked you guys for ideas and somebody dropped the name Duders and I'm like, fuck it, we ball. Ball? That's it. And then I made the Duder mascot a white ball with sunglasses. Will the Midas figure have eyes once it's finished? Yes, that is currently a work in progress. There will be updates on the painted version so far. It is not completely finished, but we are taking pre-orders now. You will get updates via the Capitalist Guild and by me. But personally, I'm getting the unpainted one. And it will be in this style. Praj, thank you. Merry Christmas, welcome back. Almost 6 a.m. here. Wait if you're stream, but I need to go. Thank you so much. Perfect voice to film the Eander ASMR. You're a cheeky bastard. I'm just gonna go through the red and the pink ones now because I'm running out of breath. Hey Midas, I hope you're doing well. Thank you, Geodax. Seems like a cold got you. May end up hoiking up and spitting snot for 10 to 15 minutes, 5-10 minutes fixing it, but I hope you're good. Thank you so much. And thank you. Get better soon, Midas. Glad to have you back. Thank you, Hipster Hobbit. Yeah, I think our favorite Uncle Tuber. Okay. Let's find someone to raid. Thank you for sticking with me on this short but intense debut stream. If you guys have Canadian government policies or tragedies that you want me to cover, I did tease things like the Humboldt, I'm gonna call it the massacre because that's what it was, amongst many other dreadful things that have been happening in Canada over my life. I would like to spotlight those things and have conversations about them, genuinely. So, if you know a Canadian, you know topics you're interested in, or you're curious about clarifying some things from the perspective of a Canadian, let me know. Alright. Alright, boys, where are we dropping? Where are we dropping, boys? Where are we dropping? Who's live right now? Oh, Mari's live. Okay, on YouTube, we are dropping in on Mari. You guys remember the raid message? It's Ouch Midas! It's Ouch Midas! Like the time I spilt coffee on my pants and I burnt my legs. Ouch Midas. Goodbye, YouTube. I'm getting rid of ya. Love you guys. And I'll see you next Wednesday. Alright, Twitch, we got rid